Good morning, Star School. These are the announcements for November 12th. Today, we are continuing with our holiday food drive. Please remember to bring in canned food, non-perishables, and any toiletries that your mom and dad said that it was okay to bring in, and we will give those to different families at Star School. And remember, this ends on Monday, and remember that the group that brings the most in will earn extra recess. Today on Monday, not only are we continuing the food drive, but also we have a very special guest coming in. I believe Mr. Goebel is coming in at 8:30 this morning to visit with our third graders. Every year, the Kiwanis Club donates dictionaries to every single one of our third graders across Hastings area schools. And this morning is when our third graders will receive their dictionaries. Then later on tonight, we will have a PTO meeting at 6 o'clock p.m. If your parents would like to attend, we will be planning our winter carnival coming up in February. And if you'd like to come with your parents, we will have someone here to play games with you. On Tuesday, we have a watchdog, Mr. Todd. That's Joey Babcock's dad from Mrs. Hokanson's room. Also, we will have some guest teachers here on Tuesday. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to remember that you need to be a star when we have guest teachers. Be sure to be safe and follow all of our classroom and our school rules as far as being safe. Be trustworthy. Make sure to sit and do your work. Always do your best, meaning always do your best even when your teacher is not in the classroom. And please be respectful. Remember, these people are guests in our building and we treat them like company. Also on Tuesday, we are going to change things up for the prize cart. Our upper L will need to do the prize cart on Tuesday this week due to our busy schedule the rest of the week. And also on Tuesday, we have a very special night called our District Reading Night. And this is for all students. So all of our Star School students in young kindergarten through 5th grade can go to Northeastern, and all of the students in the district will be celebrating District Reading Night. Mrs. Carpenter and Mrs. Kendall will be there. There will be games to be played, and you can also win prizes. So bring your parents at 6:30 on Tuesday to Northeastern. On Wednesday, we have a special guest watchdog as Mr. Eastman, and that is Liam and Ada's dad. We also have Kickstart for Career Bank Day on Wednesday. That will be for first, second, and third graders who have Kickstart for Career bank accounts. Our prize cart will be coming around for lower L on Wednesday, and those will be the same times as you normally do them, but it will be on Wednesday instead of Thursday. And also, our Y mentors will be here at 2:15 on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have Mr. Todd is coming back, and remember that's that's Joey Babcock's dad from Mrs. Hokanson's room. And we also have our special Thanksgiving dinner, and this is why our prize cart days had to be changed, because we have a crazy schedule for lunch that day, and we won't be able to do our prize cart around lunch. So we will have our young kinder and kindergarten will be going to lunch a little early at 11 o'clock. Our first grade, you'll be going at 11:25. Second grade, you're going at 11:45. Third grade, you're going a little bit later at 12:05. And fourth grade will be at 12:25, which will be a little later than normal. And also fifth graders, you will be going out for recess first, but you'll be going out at 12:15 instead. And then you will have lunch at 12:45. So lunch times are pushed back for a few of you on Thursday. So make sure to bring a snack on that day. And then on Friday, we have Mr. Scott coming as our watchdog, and that's Lucas Scott's dad. We will also have Wednesday's specials on Friday, and we have a very special Honors Award Assembly. And this is when some of our students are going to be showing off their great work and their projects. And we will have our parents coming and different guests seeing all of the wonderful things that Star School students are doing. So on Friday, this is a setup of what the gym will look like. Here's the stage down here below. Kindergarten and young kindergarten will be set up along the hallway. There will be tables there for you to sit at with your projects. First grade is over on the left side of the gym, so is second grade over here. Third grade is on the right-hand side, fourth grade is in the back, and fifth grade you will be in the front of the gym by the stage, and each of your classrooms will have a table there. So this is the honors assembly setup for the year. And we will be having 3 of these assemblies this year, and Friday is our first one. So only some of our students will be honored this Friday, and then we have 2 other days where the rest of you will be having a chance to show off your projects. So, honor students that were chosen for this Friday, I need you in place by 1:30 on Friday. And as you are waiting for people to walk by, I need you sitting quietly with a smile on your face, and you need to answer any questions that people might have about your projects. And the rest of us will be walking by these projects. And when we do, we are not to touch them, just to look at them. But I also want our Star School students to give affirmations to our Project Honor Award winners, telling them what a great job they did and telling them the things that they liked about their projects. Presenters, as you are sitting there with your project, please do not poke holes in the tablecloths. I do pay for those for every assembly, so make sure not to wreck them. And I want you all to remember your good citizenship behavior during the assembly and how you should sit. First of all, you're all on your pockets, sitting crisscross applesauce. Your hands and feet are to yourself. You should be not touching your neighbors and not with your feet or with your hands, not touching them beside you or in front of you. Please clap after everyone is up on stage and has all their certificates. And please do not talk during the assembly. That means when students are getting on and off the stage, please do not talk. When you come up to the stage to receive your certificate, please give a strong handshake, look at the person in the eye as they are presenting you with your certificate, and then you stand holding your certificate and you smile for some pictures. When it's done, you will be going off the right side of the stage and you're going back to your spots. Other students will be waiting quietly and not talking at this time. And then we as a whole group will wait for everyone to go through all of the different classes to come up and get their certificates. Here is a short video that I'd like you to watch today and maybe again on Friday before the assembly. Whoops. That should have played. See if I can make it play. There we go.
Hi, Star School. This is a video to remind us of our behavioral expectations during an Honors Award assembly. Today I have Mr. Kingshaw and Mrs. Nemesis classes from 4th grade helping to model for us what those expectations are. Please have everyone in their seats that are presenting for the Honors Award assembly by 1:30 today. Here I have 4th graders from Mr. Kingshaw's room and Mrs. Nemitz's room demonstrating for us how to sit and display their projects during our honors assembly. Notice how they're all sitting with big smiles on their faces and their hands are still and their projects are in front of them. They're not touching the tablecloths. They're not talking to each other. They're sitting nicely and waiting for our guests to arrive. Now our 4th graders are going to model how to view our Project Honor Award winners and make positive comments as they see the projects.
You may notice that these are 5th graders this year. This was made last year.
Notice how they're making nice positive comments. They're not touching the projects that are on the tables. They're interacting with each student. They're not going very quickly because they want to make sure to see everyone's projects. Our fourth graders are also demonstrating how they might walk around the gym to the different tables. Our fifth graders will be seated up towards the front of the stage. And when they are done at this last station right here, they will go back around and find their spots to sit. Notice how they're walking quietly. They're not talking to each other. And they're finding their spots to sit. When their row gets full to the yellow line, they're coming back and having a seat. Here are our fourth graders sitting nicely at the assembly, waiting for names to be called for our Project Honors Award winners. Notice how they're sitting. Their hands are in their lap. They're not talking. Everyone is facing forward, and they're ready to come to the front if their name is called.
When I call your name, please come to the front of the stage. Riley Morris.
Notice as Riley gets up, he's walking around the crowd along the side before coming up to the stage. Levi's coming up to the center, walking between the red lines.
Carlos Gonzalez Perez. Maddie Schultz.
As our members are getting called to the front, notice how they shake the hand of the teacher. They look at them straight in the eye, and they stand nicely with their certificates facing forward with big smiles on their faces. Now, as the names are called, we all can clap at this time after all of the names are called. Once the clapping is done, our Project Honor Award winners will go to the edge of the stage on this side and come down and find their seats. Notice as they're walking back to their seats, they're not talking, they're walking quietly, and notice how all of our members in the audience are sitting quietly as the next group of students are called. Absolutely no talking when you come back to your seats. Now that you have seen what the expectations are during our Honors Award Assembly, I do expect all of you to follow our fourth graders and do exactly what they showed us today in the video during our assembly. Congratulations to all our Honors Award winners, and I will see you soon.
All right. Another great thing that we are just starting is called Young Teachers in Training. We will have a group of older students coming to work with younger students. The older students will be called Young Teachers in Training, and the younger students will be called Study Buddies. Now, looking at this chart, you will see that our older students are going to work with a study buddy for about 5 minutes at a time. Our young teachers will guide the lesson, and they will treat their study buddy with respect. The purpose of this is so that our older students can create relationships with our younger students. However, our older students will keep the work that you're doing with them confidential, which means that they won't share it with anyone else. So the expectations for our younger study buddies, You will participate and do what the young teacher asks you to do. This is a time for you to learn, and they are helping you learn. You will work your hardest, making sure that you're doing everything that the young teacher is asking you to, and you will treat the young teacher with respect. Our hope is to partner kids up this week, and we will start the actual working with each other next week. So that's called Young Teachers in Training. The other thing we're going to be starting soon is called Learning Labs for Teachers. And this is a time where teachers might be coming into your classroom to see how your teacher works with you on different subject areas. This is a time for our teachers to learn from each other. And while they're in there, please pretend that the other teachers aren't there. Just go about your learning like a normal day. Continue learning, answering your questions, or continue working with your partners just as you would as if you didn't have an audience. Again, this is called Learning Labs for Teachers, and we may have some guest teachers in your building or in your room. Our Golden Spatula focus area is being respectful this week. You can be respectful by being sure to pick up under your seat. You can be respectful by raising your hand to be dismissed and following the directions from all of the adults and including the safety members. And always do and say nice things. And then we're also being respectful when using technology. Please make sure you keep your hands on your own device. You should not be messing around with anyone else's computer, and you should not be typing on anyone else's device, only on your device. Please honor copyright and creative credits, which means that we can't copy someone else's work and say that it's ours. We have to make sure that we have permission from others to use their things. We can only use pictures on the website that are copyright free. Also, please remember to protect your information and the information of others. That means we don't post any pictures or anything of anyone else unless we have permission. So every now and then you might see that we have posted pictures of our Star School students on Facebook or on the website, and we can do that because we have permission from your parents. However, remember, you do not have permission from other people's parents. So you may not post pictures. Just protect your friends and keep their face and their information protected. Also, we prevent cyberbullying. Cyberbullying might be a way that someone can say mean things or do mean things through the internet or through different apps. And this is a way we can be respectful by making sure we are not participating in cyberbullying. All right, lastly, I'd like to congratulate first grade. They won the Golden Spatula for the month of October. I believe they received extra recess on Friday, so congratulations to our first graders. And I believe that's it for our announcements this week. Have a great week.